Yeah, thank you, Paul, for the introduction, and thank you to the organizers for the invitation. Yeah, my name is Felipe. I work for GE Aerospace Research in upstate New York in the United States. I'll be presenting here today results from a couple of different projects funded by Next, Flex, and FlexTech. So I am required to show you this statement telling you that any opinions that you hear are from me and not from our sponsor agencies. This is the outline for my talk today. I'll start with an introduction about why we at GE Aerospace believe in additive electronics and what are the uses for it that we explore. And then I'll go dive into two different projects, like I said, show you results from a project on additive electronics packaging and from another one on printed passive RF sensors. Excuse me. So starting with the first part, GE Aerospace is a world-leading provider of jet engines, components, and integrated systems. Our purpose is to invent the future of flight, lift people up, and bring them home safely. Here are some numbers from that explain our presence in this field. I think a very impressive one that I find is that at any given time around the world, there's about 900,000 people flying with a GE Aerospace engine under their wings. So pretty big presence in our field. And again, like I said, we think additive electronics has the potential to contribute to newer technologies in the future. And advantages we see in using additive electronics or printed electronics, if you will, are for quick prototyping. So sometimes you have things that are not going to eventually be made into a product. By using printing, they will be fabricated in some other way, but printing is a really good way to prototype. So you can change circuit layouts easily, and you can get things figured out at the research stage very quickly. Other reasons are that printing, and here I'm speaking more specifically about direct write conformal printing, which is what we do a lot, can afford new form factors for electronics and facilitate device integration. Specifically, like I said, when you talk about 3D conformal on-part manufacturing, that's something that it's really enabling for us. And I have highlighted here 3 different areas where we work on additive electronics. We do use printed on soft substrates, mostly for fabricating sensors for inspection probes that we used during services operations for our engines. I'm not going to talk a lot about that today. That's on the bottom left here. But the other 2 areas, additive electronics and packaging and printed sensors, heavily relying on RF transducing, it's what I'm going to cover. But for all of them, including probes for services, harsh environment, it's a critical requirement that we have. If you think about it, most of our products work with high temperatures, high pressure, high vibration, and in extreme environments, corrosive environments sometimes. So moving over to the second session of this talk, like I said, I'll talk to you about a Next Flex program that we completed earlier this year. And in this program, we started with the following problem statement. That's based on the fact that producing multi-chip modules, it's usually, specifically talking here about RF, is usually very costly and timely. So chips come in different configurations with different pad finishes, and assembling this complex circuit sometimes is very cumbersome. So we propose to use what we call AME, additively manufacturing electronics, for this task. And this is an illustration of the final, or a conceptual illustration of a final demonstrator module that we proposed for this project. And as you see, we came pretty close to fabricating something like that. I think this is a 3-board device. There's 2 PCBs, one at the top, one at the bottom. But the innovation in this program was really in this middle plate here. This is where we used additive methods to package commercial off-the-shelf dies in an embedded configuration, and I'll show you how we did that. So we first started building